Hello friends, welcome to Right Clicks with Saravana. It has been a long gap, but then I decided to resume. It's primarily because of the surprising number of messages I got on 5th September, the Teachers' Day. Most of them have greeted me as a teacher and requested me to resume these YouTube sessions. So friends, hopefully I will be regular hereafter. Every Saturday morning, I look forward to interact with you, to share my thoughts and ideas based on my experience. So this week, the topic is the IKEA effect. I'm sure most of you would be aware of the IKEA stores. Recently in India also, these IKEA stores have come up in Hyderabad, Mumbai and all. IKEA is the world's largest retail furnishing business. There are many reasons for the IKEA's success. The most affordable home furnishing they offer. They use cheap but good quality wood. They go for excellent marketing management system, and also they have a tremendous inventory management and supply chain management. But IKEA has one more element to it, that is DIY, do it yourself. That means they allow the customers to assemble their products. It all started as an accident in 1970s. IKEA was started in 1943 in Sweden. But in 1970, in the main IKEA store, there was a major fire incident due to electrical short circuit. So because of that, there were less space. The IKEA company was forced to do a sort of self-service counter, and they regretted for the inconvenience to the customers, and they requested them to assemble their products. So initially they thought it is a huge inconvenience to the customers, but then they realized the customers have started liking this assembling. So that means the customers have started liking contributing to their own product. So this is IKEA effect. This has been studied in detail by 3 US researchers in 2011, and the study has been published in Harvard Business Review. So in their research, they found out that customers are willing to pay 63% more when they contribute in way of assembling their own products. So this is something huge. So that is why they mentioned it like the IKEA effect, when labor leads to love. So when the customer is contributing to their own product, they start loving that product more. In fact, it is a cognitive bias in which the customers are willing to pay a disproportionately higher price when they have contributed to their product. In fact, the IKEA effect gives the psychological need to feel competent. When you work for something, you fall in love with it. And when you have invested in something, so you will appreciate it much, much better. There are many examples. Nowadays, many companies are offering this DIY elements in their products. Not only the IKEA, similar to IKEA, effect is being used by many. Simple example is, the customers are allowed to finalize their ice cream, the topping choices, and the customers are willing to pay more for it. Another example is doting parents. Because the parents have invested more time and energy in rearing their children, so they are, of course, they always evaluate their children on a higher side, and they expect others also to feel similarly impressed. So now, why should we be knowing about this IKEA effect? Of course, it has both customer and managerial implications. When you talk about customer implications, as a customer, we should be aware of the potent cognitive bias in which we will be paying more when there are DIY components, do-it-yourself components. So maybe the company could be overpricing it just by adding a DIY component. We should be aware of it while shopping. Secondly, the companies are shifting from the earlier mass production to increased customization of their products. So it's more than the fully finalized, polished product. The customers would be really very keen to go for a product in which they can do some polishing and finalize it. And they are willing to pay more for it also. And that is the reason why the companies are now actively involving the customers in their designing and testing their products. When it comes to managerial implications, it's very important to understand that your boss or the colleagues would be easily receptible to accept a product when it is offered at a draft stage, so that they can do some plus minus and they will be happily accepting it, rather than the final product, fully polished final product. So that is the reason why the employee engagement is very, very important. And proper employee engagement, prioritizing employee engagement can trigger an IKEA effect, in which all those employees who have been engaged in designing, developing and testing a product will be in a much better position to really champion that particular idea or a concept or a product and sell that product also. So this is another reason for why this bottom-up approach, in which all the concerned stakeholders are involved at every stage in developing a product, is always helpful in selling that product in a much better manner, whether it is an idea or a concept or a product or a service. So friends, to conclude, the takeaways, the IKEA effect reveals out the human tendency to love a product in which you contribute. So this is a behavioral economics principle, and we all should be aware of it, because this plays a major role in everyday's life, whether it is in a private or in a public space. And also, when the Harvard Business Review talks about the labor leads to love, so there is a significant correlation between the effort and the liking. So only when the customers or only when the concerned stakeholders are also putting in some effort, the chances are more that they will like that product. So this is all about IKEA effect. Whether you are as a customer or as a manager, it is definitely relevant today. So friends, be aware of the IKEA effect, as it has both customer and managerial implications. That's all in this video. I hope you would have liked this video. If you have liked it, please like it, and you can subscribe to this channel. And I hopefully would be very regular in the coming weeks. Look forward to keep interacting with you. Bye-bye.